Here we go. Here we go. What's up, guys? Let's go. We in here. What is going on? Welcome to the Pro Chess League Summer League post-match coverage. So it's analysis. We're going to do our thing. We're going to have some fun. Summer League, it's very nice. It's very fun to play. And you can play for your Pro Chess League team. Your favorite one, whoever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's fun. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on here. Path to the playoffs. This is what needs to happen. Wait for everybody to come in. I hope you're enjoying it. What's up, guys? What's going on? About time, man. We're going to analyze some games today. Going to have some analysis with the Jedi. It's always fun. Always. Let's see. Yeah, we waiting on everyone to get started over here. But if you see right now, let's check out the standings of the big fellas here. St. Louis Archbishops, first place with the 9, right? Pandas right behind them. They are not playing game. It's 9 for them. San Fran with 5 and San Diego Surfers. Some help here. They are right now, but they're so Group A, Group B, Group. But we're looking at Group A today. St. Louis Archbishops versus the Surfers in the first round. Then we're going to look at. We can get started though. Yes, we in here. What's up? What's going on, guys? Thanks for the raid. Welcome, Pro Chess League. Let's go. We in here right now. I hope y'all had a great time over there. I hope you guys had some fun and learned some things and saw some big boy chess over there. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Get hype in the chat. Hello, 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 hello. We are here with some analysis, post-game analysis. Are you ready? If you're ready in the chat, let me see it. Put something in the air. Put an email chat if you're ready for today's analysis. What's up, Cara? What's going on? Tunda Mike, Pro Chess League said, what's up, Canty? What's up, Pro Chess League? What's going on? How are you? Cara Red says, turn up. Yo, yo, what is up, guys? Hi, hello. In here right now. What's going on? So, hey, who are you guys rooting for, though? Let's stir it up right now in the chat. Stir it up. Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for? It could be in any of the groups, Group A, B, C, or D. But right now, who are you rooting for? And then we're going to talk about Group A because that's what we have. A. Here we go. Look at Pro Chess League. Says San Fran. San Fran says Reds. Okay, Wayne Bean. What's up, Wayne Bean? Bro, welcome to the stream. So we're going to have some post-game analysis here, guys. If you want a bigger look at the standings here, shout out first off to all the players that played today. And if you are not a player, please become a player. Play with these guys. Like, it's about you. It's for the fans, guys. It's all about you. So St. Louis Archbishops are in first place. Pandas are right behind them. I mean, it's a tie. So first place for both of them. San Francisco Mechanics with 5. And then we got the Surfers. It'll be pretty cool to see what happens here. We're going to analyze some games. Rooting for cute coffee drinker. Apply for the qualifiers. It says Pro Chess League. Apply for. That's what they say. So, but speaking of standings and stuff, guys. Hey guys, we want to really let you know that there are big prizes for everyone. Okay? So best fans. There are a lot of chess fans. There are a lot of Pro Chess Leagues fans. And if you are a fan, first off, play in the tournament. Sign up. Sign up to be in the tournament so you guys can get part of this stuff. Best fans right here is $250 given out every 3 weeks per group. So there's $250 on. So and it's $1,000 total, but $250 for group A, B, C, and D. And how you can do this is as you play, annotate your games, maybe post some articles, put them on Twitter, and hang out like that, and actually become one of the best fans. Money involved, so pretty nice, pretty nice. So let's get right into it, man. We're gonna check out the St. Louis Bishops, the Archbishops versus the Surfers. That's the first thing we're gonna look at. So there's some games in here, very interesting stuff. We're gonna start with the National Master game here, Fisher Freedom, as you see on the screen right now. This National Master plays for San Diego Surfers. The Surfers. I actually played really. So we're gonna look at this. Chess win. What's going on, bro? And then we have Fresh Freedom. So they drew both games. It's not very hard to draw both games, but they drew both games. So let's see how that actually happened. Very interesting to see how both games. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Okay, so here we go. We're into it. So the white pieces played by Fresh Freedom, which is St. Louis Bishops, and then we got the Surfers from Every Fish Man. What's up, Looney Head? What's going on, bro? So let's do this. Right into the go. D4 on the board. Not a D4 player. Not interested. But I do love my Knight F6, like all of us do. In here, what's up, John Davis? What's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Good to see you. Chess win. So we're going over some commentary right now. The Pro Chess League Summer League that's just going on right now. Just finished. So we analyzing some games. We're looking at. Well, thank you for the 1 bit. That's all. We're going over first game that I see here. Fresh Freedom and Every. And these are all fan games, by the way. So if you played, we would love to look at your game, especially if you're in the chat. Maybe you learned something today. So let's see what happened after C4. We have E6. Okay, so we got a Nimzo Indian. Pretty nice here. It's not draw. It's just very strong and active play. I like this kind of stuff. Bishop B4 check. This is now a Bogo Indian. Is there anyone in the chat that plays the Bogo Indian? Have you ever played the Bogo Indian before? I have. I am not a fan of it anymore. It's very positional stuff. But I didn't have anything else to play because I was definitely into the so Nimzo is very strong. I always see the Queen's Gambit a lot too, or sorry, Queen's Indian with B6 and Bishop 7. You have a more flexible kind of play here. Flexible kind of play. But after we go into it, Knight F3, Bishop B4 check, Bishop to D2, and Queen. Queen E7 defending. This is all theory so far. G3, that is correct. Knight C6. We in here, Master Canty. What's going on? Guillotine King. Welcome to the stream. Bishop G2 and Bishop takes D. Jack. Bishop takes and. Dude, this is still theory. So after you trade the bishop, I remember playing this as black. After you trade the bishop, you put your pawns on the same color as bishop you just traded. So now everything goes on the dark squares, A5, D. try to play for e5 and castle. It's a simple game to play, and then you can get f5 in a lot too. Let's see what they did. 6 board castles and e5. I think he did e5, d5, and knight b8. Yep, this is still theory. Like fine gold, it's still theory. Actually, it really is though. b4 is, I think that's going. And then a5. So a5, what is this move about? It's about trying to pry this pawn or tempt this pawn into playing maybe b5. What happens on b5? Well, then we implemented our square strategy. Here, knight d7, nice. I'm feeling good about this. So this master here is a low rating at 2090, but he's doing pretty good. Doing absolutely good. So knight d7, knight c5 will be a key here. b5 was played. So a5, a3, you have to play it just to reinforce it. If pawn takes, then of course rook takes. I mean, takes. This is kind of weird. I am not a fan of this kind of knight a6 maybe. Rook b1. This is just very ugly for black to play. It's cramped to say the least, and you don't want cramped position. Go back a few. Do what they actually did in a game. I think he played knight a6 in. So he played a5 and knight a6. This is nice. Knight a6 is pretty straight. You know, pawn takes hitting the rook b1 actually. Supposed to be protecting this, and this is why I didn't like it. Because I'm already uncomfortable in this position as black. It was very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable to be. Unless you're like playing like a what is it, King's Indian defense, where sometimes you can get f5 in, break in the center. I am not a fan. Bishop g4, h3. Bishop takes and bishop takes. Then we have pawn takes on b4. I think he's gonna play c5 here. Takes and c5. That was nice. What just happened here? Go back a little bit. What happened here? So pawn takes, and c5. You got to get this knight in the game. If you don't get him in the game is basically, that is the thing about the knight on the rim is grim, or the have to do something with my piece, or the rest of the game is going to issue. With this knight, I can't do anything else. I can't play f5. I don't have a bishop. This is not really fun, and I had a lot of problems with this with stronger players, but this is pretty nice. Pawn takes, and c5. So now he's okay. Knight on the rim is dim, not chess 7-4. So knight b4, probably the move. Right. Put the knight on the outpost out here. Looks good, feels good. Put it here, and it can't be taken away with anything in knight. So the knight would have to go where? Few moves, 1, 2, 3 moves just to get this knight off, unless you're gonna stack it like rook a4 kind of stuff. No. Rook a4 and snap this knight. So this is getting very positional here. This bishop's really bad. It's more or less an equal game. Maybe black might be better here. Slightly better, I don't know. I like Grim more. It sounds like I'm about to repeat the Grim. Makes you want to avoid putting a knight on the rim? Yeah. No, it depends though. You know, I play the King's Indian defense, so in certain lines, knight a6 is 5, knight a6 real fast. So it just depends. Knight to d7, f5 is a real thing. Let's see what he did though. That's what he's doing. King g2 and g6 first to prepare f5 is very strong. Maybe you get f4 in. Black's doing very good here. Black's doing very good. Bishop g4, you still got to push. Got to. He plays knight f6. Eval. Rook takes a1 and then knight f6. Or just the knight f6. Knight a6 is Roy Lopez too. Yeah. In some lines. Okay, so here we go. Bishop g4, knight f6, bishop e2. Back to d7. Going for the draw. Is it the draw that he wanted? Bishop here. Rook takes first. Took, and then f5. So he did go for it. Yeah, knight f6 was not realistic. Yeah, it was. But here's the thing about knight. This is like strategic thinking. Thinking above a level of something. So after bishop g4, when this happens, bishop g4 is on the move, boom, hitting the knight. Okay, so we go knight f6, makes a lot of sense. Yes, but then after he moves the bishop, what do we really do? We go back. We have to go back. Okay, knight d7, maybe knight e8. Maybe try that so you can go f5. That's probably different. And then if he goes back, you can go knight g6. Maybe try to be a little bit more creative with this kind of stuff. Because you can be very, very good and flexible with these knights because the locked up, so it favors the knights. So you can do this kind of thing, But let's see what he did. Play knight f6. They went for sequence here. I think bishop e2. So black has a little bit of initiative here. Knight e8, rook a8, knight e8, rook takes a8. Well, yeah, of course. Knight 2 e8. Knight f6, bishop to f3. Maybe we can snap now. 7, that's fine. Queen d7. Whoa, hold up. Hold on. Hold on here. This is a thing. He set it up, right? And this is like always a lesson to know. These x-rays, you got to know. This queen and rook are so close to hitting this. So far away, but time. So I don't know. I mean, what happened? Had to take. Had to take. Knight takes. Luckily, he played knight g4. Whoa. Whoa. Hit him with the move. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's nice. I think he can play knight f3. But just looking at this, knight takes. Okay, let's analyze it because it's there. So knight takes, knight takes. We can't go queen f3. Can't. So he has that block. So that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I think he did. He did pretty good. So there's really, I guess, not a move. There's nothing to. So knight g4 like he did. Knight g4. Knight g4. Maybe knight f3 though. Because are you really going to sack on f2? He played f3 instead. Instead, no knight f3. But I wonder though. F3 better than f3. Knight f3 first move, and then f3. So it could have been either or. Knight f3 improves the position. It blocks the f3. The knight's just. So let's see. Pawn take, bishop takes, knight g4. He plays f3. He goes back to f6. At this point, everything is locked down. He does have this file. This bishop's not really a piece, so I can see definitely very well this being a draw. But you still want to maybe play on him. Queen c7, queen b6. Maybe get the rook off of the file temporarily, but then you can almost never take over this file. This is very difficult for both sides. Take this, not really. This knight becomes a monster. So we don't want that. Queen e3, let's see what happened. He did take it anyway. This knight it's here, it's in the center of the board. It eyes this side too, and some gotta be 7. Play queen g5 instead. Wonder. Queen g5, wow. Ooh, dang. Ice just straight up winning, right? Straight up winning. So black escaped with the draw here. He's the higher rated player, title player here. Doing well, okay. Playing for the Surfers. And he output. Queen g5, queen f7, f4 takes. Oh, that's a pawn sack. Nice little pawn sack. If we trade everything off, this is hanging, pass pawns everywhere. It's a wrap. So we don't want any of that. So you play queen e7, stepped out of the way, hitting this, tactics everywhere, hitting the queen at the. You can't take on d6. Hanging, that's obvious. This is direct stuff. Where do you go? Queen e3, but that might run 8. You might be in trouble. Knight 2, knight d4 is coming. Hit the queen. Whoa, what's happening? We don't know yet. We about to see. Queen g4 steps out of the way, sidesteps everything. This could be a real move. Black might have some very nice. Anyway, and check. That's a great move. It's a great move. This is called simplify. Simplify when you have this kind of pressure on you. for white, he had pressure. Looking at this, you almost can't move. Maybe you can go. He does defend, but it is very, very scary. Very, very scary at this point. So check, takes, and I'm assuming he did take, of course, because hanging. Here, rook takes, check. Crazy. This is wild. Check. There has to be something. I mean, look, you see this? Like, even here, you getting checked right here out. It's over. Ouch. There's a lot you can do here. It's so easy to go wrong. And that's the thing about the end game. It's very nice. It's fun. It's tricky. Rook check, king g7, rook check again. King f8. Like, who's winning? We don't. Maybe white because 7th rank. You never want to give this up. So, I mean, white has to have d5. Take on c5. Something had to be hanging. Maybe not. Is time trouble? Not a pawn. Knight takes c5. 5. That's just winning. Takes c5, hitting this, and the queen. Miss wins happen. Not sure what the time is. It could be very low. Later, Canty. Amazing analysis, but keep it rolling. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. If you are new to the stream, actually, you guys can play along your favorite Pro Chess League teams this summer. This analysis just happened. You guys can play. It's the links actually in. Now we're looking at the Archbishops playing against the San Diego. The Bishops won 30-22 in. So we're looking at some of the games, some of the fan games here. National Master Every Fish Note is playing with black pieces. This was a draw, and then I want to look at a decisive one to see some highlights for this match today. So knight g5, he played knight g5 instead. It's kind of the same. I wish I could play. Just woke up. It's 5 a.m. Doing that right now, Nick. Thanks. Okay, so knight g5 hitting. Knight takes. Now, this is probably the draw thing, Nick. You can set up a little draw. A draw net. Draw net. That's I've never even heard of that. Draw net. I'm officially confused on that. Okay, so he played rook here. Let's see what happens. Takes, knight takes. Knight takes. Why did he take it, though? Why? Is it really that big of a... Maybe you can do something like rook here and knight check. I'm trying to figure out. It's here that sets up for something like this. Check. Yeah, this is the draw win. This is good to know. Like, if you feel like you're losing a lot of time. I remember this. You put the rook here. And then after he takes, whatever, check, king here. It's just a perpetual check, because if he goes to the corner, that's a mate. Very nice to know, especially like in fast time control. Pretty good to have up your sleeve here. Guess he thought he could win, though. Took here. And I understand, because these pawns aren't that far, but you aren't that close. Actually love it. You aren't that far. For jumping off the shallow end, but sometimes you have to jump off the deep. Feather for me. So knight takes h7, king e7, knight to g. This is a pass pawn. This knight's going to help out. Try to snag these. Knight is definitely going to. Okay, so king gets back. Gets back. Easy. d3. King d3. I'm holding it down here. His king can do the same. Probably how to. His king can absolutely. Okay, d4. Knight to f3. After knight f3, we have knight to. Knight d5, knight takes e5, knight check, king takes. This looks like a draw. But he is down. Oh, wait, hold up. The extra pawn, though. Yeah, that's winning. That's winning. Hold up. I got an extra pawn. That's enough to win. But this is very hard to do. Yeah, he just took that. Maybe this had to be time trouble at the e5. Doesn't work. I mean, e5 is fine. Fine. Maybe try to walk this through. Knight here, maybe knight f3. You're defending and try to walk this one through this way. It's a lot of technique to the end game. Even though it's easy calculation because it's not many pieces, there is a lot of calculation. Pretty tough. Pretty tough stuff here, but this game virtually ended in a draw. Finish it out here. After we get these checks here. Knight d4, king d8. Check. Switching around, and it's a draw. It's a draw. Tough stuff. Good games. They had 2 draws in this. St. Louis Archbishops versus the Surfers, and that was a top board there. So I remember Journey to National Master. Good to see you. He actually played for the San Diego Surfers. Okay, let's check out your game. Journey to NM. You are here with us today. Welcome. If you in the chat right now, what's up, buddy? Journey to National Master. He's played against the San Diego Surfers today. And I'm looking at this match here. Art Vega. So you lost this game to Art Vega. Let's see what happened. Art Vega. Journey to NM. Okay. Vega is on the St. Louis Archbishops. They won today. By the way, actually, here's the standings in case you're just getting in here. You're like, what is this? What's going on? Here go the standings. If you missed it, the Archbishops in first place, but the Pandas are too. So it's 9-9. It's tied up. They're neck and neck. It's time to go. San Francisco Mechanics with 5. The Surfers. So that's Group A. That's what we're going over today. And here's some of the prizes too. All the fans, if you are a fan, you should be a fan. We're all fans. This is for you right here. First off, the tournaments and the games, these are all for you. So go play for some of the teams. Group A, B, C, whatever group that you want to play for. You can play for multiple. Hell, go sign up for that. But the best fans, $250. Or Group A is $250, Group B is $250, C and D. $250 for the best fan. How do you be a best fan? Play in the tournaments, talk about your games, post them on social media, all that good stuff, be in the forums, and you will have a chance and play as well. So that's what that is. Pretty cool stuff. So this is Journey to National. We have Art Vega. Art Vega with the white pieces playing 1954. Nice little rating here. And Journey to National Master with 8. The Surfers are pretty much, yes. I mean, yeah. I mean, but, you know, you never know. Like, you never know. No, honestly. You just don't count anyone out. That's you always want to have a positive mind. So let's see. Let's check this out. Art Vega and Journey to Master. Let's go here. On E4 or E4 is. I am not a. But here we go. Knight D4, Knight F6. 6. Got a Nimzo. Looks like it. Nope. And we got a Queen's Gambit. Okay, here we go. Queen's Gambit decline, that is. Bishop G5. Full. And pawn takes. All theory here. I'm wondering what. 4. This is like all new to me. Like new. E4, I don't know. E4. 3 was played. Castle, bishop to D3. So bishop D3 is pretty nice, hitting H7. Let's see what happens. What did he play here? He played H6. Okay, so what happens on bishop B7? If you play bishop B7 here and you play with the white pieces, white to move, what do you do here? What do you do here? What is the move? White to move. What do you do? Bishop H7 wins. No. We'll see. We'll see. Anyone else? See, bishop H7. That's right here. Heat Miser, what's up? What's going on? Heat Miser, Guillotine King says queen to d2. What's up, bro? Queen d2. Queen c2. I'm with you on that, Brawl Orion. Bishop takes h7. King takes h7, knight g5 check. So this stuff looks good, but here's the critical line. Well, we can go king g8, and this is just puzzle rush there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, but after you play king to g8, this is nothing. I mean, after king g8, you can play queen h5. This is not the stuff you're scared of, okay? So if you are playing with the white pieces, you get these kind of positions. Queen h5 this is how you're supposed to do it. It could be mate. Sometimes it's not. You got to be careful. But if rook e8, queen h7 runs into this. You have to be accurate. It's very nice to be accurate. How do you become accurate? You do a lot with tactics and oh, thanks, Nick. I had no idea. Okay. Awesome. Sweet, man. That's so cool. Make sure you guys hit the follow button. We're on chess.com from the front of chess.com. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. Thanks, Nick. So, hey, guys, we're on the front of chess.com. What's going on? How are you? Hit the rook e8, queen takes f7. There. Yes, you have to go back and do that. So actually here, queen here is no good because of here in check, and I'm nothing. And actually, you could have this. This is very interesting, but the king is gone. I'm out of the woods. Hello. Now I'm winning. Basically, I mean, you can still fight as white here, especially like, I mean, looking at this is just the fun stuff. I love looking at fun, right? But rook here, this could be a move. What's the piece count here? Piece count 1, 2, 3, 4. This is interesting. Oh my goodness, man! Tactics wins games, bro. Yo, is the knight trapped? No. That was sweet, right? Chess win, sweet. Tactics win games. If you need some advice, tactics wins games for real. What is it? Tao says chess is not tactics. Oh, okay. Going back here. But you're correct actually, bro. Queen takes f7. Queen takes f7 is a real thing here. Queen takes f7 first, and then here, and then check, and then here. Might be more or less almost the same thing here. Ooh, this might be even worse, right? Get here. Oh, he couldn't go here before. That's different. That's different. That is different. I mean, it's still like not good. Oh no, let's look at this. Let's look at that again. Let's look at that again. This is why you have to be accurate, because you did sack a piece. You have to remember that. You have to remember that. But temporarily, because his pieces aren't. That's good to know. Pieces aren't out yet, so not really technically down a piece yet until you figure this out. In this position, how do we win this? Check king here. This is too slow. One h4, h5, h6. That could be a real thing. Got to be careful. h4, knight f5, h5, queen e7, 6. All right. I've looked enough. What's the most accurate way? What's the most accurate? Right here, I need to know what's the most accurate. +7. Okay. +8. Oh my goodness. So check king h8, and what's the best move? Knight takes e6. Queen 5 is another way. Knight takes e6 once again. Thanks for all 800 of us checking out. Canty says chess.com. Thank you so much, guys. All 800 of you right here. We in here. Welcome to the stream. Okay, this is Pro Chess League Summer Series, and this is the post-game analysis. So hit the follow button. Thank you so much. Here, let's go. Get hype in the chat. Hello, how are you? That's really cool. Hi, what's up? But the engine says queen h5. Queen h5. Okay, so let's look at this. All right. How would you do this again? I don't understand. Sometimes they do this. And then they do the move again. Like, why did you do that? Alrighty. Then king h8. It's knight takes e6. 96 queen g7. Oh yeah, easy. Just look at it like that, right? That's ridiculous, but that's cool. I knew it worked. Of course, I knew it worked. So now we figured it out. Okay, let's go back. So here we are. But this is good to know. Like from this easy position right here, where did he go wrong? Where did he? Your engines are weird though. They yeah, but where did he go wrong? So Journey to the National Master. If you are watching, he's playing a black piece. Comes to the stream. I played many games with him. Very strong player and very underrated too as well. Playing over here for the San Diego Star. So welcome, and I'm glad that you played in here. It's good to actually see your games here. But when we go back and look at this again, the problem is this bishop, and we know that this is going to happen. So you need to be prepared. A lot of times, 84 with bishop to b7 to stop and anticipate this stuff and play f5 yourself like a stone wall. So got any good lines for us today? I do. Thanks for the bits. That's the position looks like a closed Sicilian. In a way, except closed Sicilians usually have g3. G3, the f pawn's up too, or f3 kind of stuff. Is kind of a closed Sicilian. Okay, so the position looks closed. Kind of a close. So let's look at it though. So pawn takes, knight takes. This is what happened. Bishop takes. Yeah, I think he really should have got this e4 in. And I tell my students this all the time. Like, 2 pawns in the center, how can you go wrong with this move e4? You just really can't. There's nothing else to do here. Put the bishop here, maybe gain a little bit more space. Or gain a little bit of space this way. You know, e3 does make sense. It's more solid, but e4, man. When it's there. So e3, castles, bishop d3. He played h6, though. So he played h6. This is the game. So bishop to b7, queen to e2. So queen to e2, and then we have king h8. Queen e2, what's this move about? You just get it off the back rank. Always back rank. Put a rook to the file. This reminds me of actually c3 Sicilian. If you play that, shout out to you. And also, if you need help with that, reach out to me. c3 Sicilian, let's go all day. So that's exactly. So, okay, rook to d1. Rook to d1 is a real thing here. Rook a to d1. Well, he didn't play that though. He played rook f to d1. Rook f to d1. F. And here's the thing with the f and d, or the f rook and the a rook. When this happened, which rook and why? A lot of times, right? So the a rook I like to do. The a rook I like to do is if I'm using this. If I plan to use this. If I plan to use this later, the f rook, then I'm going to keep it over here. If I'm planning to use the a rook later, then I'm going to keep it over here. But I always put the rook, like, where's the action at? You got to ask that. Where's the action? Put the rook over there. That's where you probably should put. So this a rook should be over here because this is all aimed over here, aiming this way. So we need to like keep as many pieces over here. What do you think is best response for black? English opening, black. Honestly, I play the King's Indian Defense now, except e4. But no matter what you play, knight f6, g6, bishop g6. Less is. But I mean, you can try e5 though. 5 is a great way. You always tend to leave one rook king side to protect early game. I mean, you have to castle, but usually, I mean, it just depends on the position. Yeah, it depends on really on the position. That's really it. So you play rook f to d1, knight d5. e4 still would have been one of my moves. This would have been one of my considerations here. e4 is like, this is aggressive attacking chess. I'm always into that. That was one of my favorite players for a reason, right? So e4, of course, knight takes, pawn takes, and then you can 5, bishop c2, maybe get this lined up because this is a weak diagonal. So you need to do this kind of detrimental. And he's kind of attacking position. So after knight here, rook c1 is very positioned. You keep an eye on the c1. That's what he played. So you got the other rook to c1. So this was his plan. Put these rooks here and play very, very slow and solid. You can also play bishop b1. Maybe play e4 later. White's just calling the shots here. It's very comfortable for white to play. And when your position or when your opponent is very comfortable to play, and he's playing very comfortable, you're gonna have some issues. You're just gonna have some issues. That's how it is. And the development here is lacking for black, as white has completed his, and black is still at maybe even 3. There's just some issues, big issues. c6, bishop to b1. There it is. I love this move because I play this a lot in c3 Sicilian lines. And you get this kind of mate over here. Uh-oh, Spider Sense detecting issues from National Master Dale. What's up, bro? Welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. But this is a mate coming in the next few moves here. G6, we already know this is weak stuff. Maybe 95 right. Takes first and then plays 90. Okay? More or less the same stuff. We're trying to sacrifice here. We're looking at everything. This is when you look at everything. Like you said, National Master Dale says Spidey Sense. That's right. Knight takes G6. I mean, maybe right now, but you can play Queen D3, Queen C2. These are all surface-based moves. Surface-based meaning they can be stopped quickly. If you play Queen D3 or Queen D2, Queen C2, it's a surface-based. I can just probably stop it. Knight D7, you can't play yet. And, I mean, this is still miserable to play. This is probably not the play. You played F4 instead. Gain some more space. Try to break this up. Attacking stuff. Pretty nice. But check this. Where would you want your white rook to be right now? Where would you want your white rook to be? Question for the chat. On G3. Okay. That is a square. Okay, that's a square too. Yes, G3. F1. Thank you, Reds. Thank you. That's what I was. F1. That's where we want the rook at. It should have been here anyway. Basically just saying like it's usually where is the action at? That question. Then you can probably figure out where you want to put it. And that's exactly what I'm getting. The rook was on F1. F4 would be even stronger because F5 is like, that's a really strong. F5 would be really. I was thinking but didn't see it. Oh, is that you, Asu dude? Oh no, never mind. Keeping it on F1 would have been better, but seeing a half open file makes me take the rook there. Correct. And that's positional play. Nothing wrong with that at all. Karpov, Petrosian, these guys, absolutely. It's nothing wrong with playing position chess. So I'm just saying for attacking chess, it's like faster. I just like to crush my sacrifice everything in 8 and 17 from the third move. So it's, but rook F1 is one of those. F5, I figured this was coming. He blunted the bishop here, so the bishop cannot do anything on this diagonal. That's a good bishop. I wonder if G4 is a move. G4 is some. Let's go do this right. That's what he played actually. G4 immediately. This is aggressive. Oh my goodness! Look at this. Yes, G4 on the board. G4. Now we follow up with maybe King H1 and Rook G1 for the attack here. 6. But if we're ever able to allow this bishop to open up King on H1, it's going to be some big boy problem. C5 could open up and it could be bad. So all right, we can never ever let this bishop be here. But if we go King F2, well, not so bad. This is very solid. King F2 maybe could be a thing. Rook here. Oh, but you got to watch out for. So it's always give and take. Chess is always a give and take game. I guess we were all thinking 10 moves down the road. Also, I wouldn't definitely be sacking the knight. Maybe you could sack. Who's moving? G4, King H7. You might be able to. No, not enough. It's not enough because after it takes, you're really only attacking with the queen at that point, and these pawns are doubled. Not that good. But you can take this stuff. Okay, takes, and then what? Queen H5. Queen H5 is a big boy move. Probably take on F5 too. Is Queen G4 coming? Well, Queen G4, you can that looks scary. Maybe it works actually. Queen G4 might actually work. Because after Rook G8, it looks like it's over. Like, oh man, he just blundered. Oh my goodness, jumped off the deep end. Bishop takes F5. Oh my goodness, King H8, and that's made on F7. No, he did. It would have happened. That's sweet. That's some puzzle rush stuff. Queen G4 could be a move just to try to bait him in the. I mean, literally, you could bait somebody so quickly. That was beautiful. Yes, that was beautiful chess win. But you see that stuff in Puzzle Rush or bullet games or fast time controls. I mean, this is fast time control. So that could have been easily. Queen to H5 was played. Threatening Queen G6, literally almost the same sequence, but actually this is check. So. Hello, what's going on, Amar? How are you? Queen F6 and King H1. Here we are. So he has to open this up now. Really nothing else. Can't even develop. This was just a tough game from Journey to National Master here. He was on the defense the defense. And you know, lesson to anyone, be aggressive. Just because you play the second move, black has a second move, does not mean you can't play aggressive or dynamic. That's usually the key to winning with the black pieces. Playing dynamic or playing aggressive or a combination. Knight a6, rook g1. Yeah, tough stuff. You can't. It's too many threats. Too many threats. Too many arrows. Too many things going. Too many everything. Rook g1, rook g8, bishop takes, and knight f7 check, and their resignation. Tough game. Very tough game, but Art Vega takes this win here, and this match right here, this matchup ended 1.5 to a half, going over to the St. Louis, as that's what Art Vega, white pieces he played for, versus Journey to National. Very strong. I've played him many times. He's been in a lot of our tournaments. He is an excellent player. And the Bishops won this match 30 to 22. It looks like it's a deep think game. It is a game. Deep think game. Yes, absolutely. So here we go. And these are the prizes, and these are things that can happen here. If you do play, guys, you need to sign up. Also, there's a daily chess tournament. If you're in the chat right now, click on the link. There's a Pro Chess League daily chess tournament that you guys can play for, and maybe even get looked at to join in the 2020 season. So make sure you click on that and get signed up for daily game. For all of you guys to play, I'm in as well, so maybe definitely get in that. Okay, and here go the standings. Once again, if you have missed the standings, St. Louis Archbishops 9, Pandas with 9. They are going at Mechanics with 5. We got some catching up to do. So do the Surfers in Group A here for the Pro Chess League Summer Series. You can play for your favorite team. That link is right there in the chat. You can actually play for any team in any of the groups, but you can you look at NK3's game? Is that you? Marbles 54, is that you? NK3. Oh, right here. NK123. That's you? Okay. NK123. And you played the Candidate Master. Okay. Hey, Canty. What's up, Balaji? What's going on? Young Phenom, FIDE Master, like 12 years old. Balaji in the chat. Welcome. What's the Twitter hashtag for the Summer Series? It's literally that. Hashtag Summer Series. Attilia Terzo, what's up, man? What's going on, buddy? Also, I missed Tori's games tonight. If you can show those, I'm curious. Absolutely, Goldust Tori is playing, so we will go over that too. And we're looking at the Bishops and the Surfers right now. We're also going to look at the Mechanics. Okay, actually 14. I know, Balaji. I know. Okay, so let's go here and let's look at this. And this is you, NK123. NK123. Marbles 54 in the chat. We're going to check out your game, man. We're going to check out your game. So first off, what team are you on? You are on the Surfers. You're on the Surfers. Okay. Shout out to the Surfers and shout out to the Archbishops if you played it. So looking at this, we're going to look at a few more games and then we're going to move. But NK123, so you won a game and you lost a game in this matchup with a Candidate Master. Nice. Candidate Master title FIDE player, 2,000 plus. 2,000 plus. So, which means you must be the same or playing at that strength. NK123, let's see what happened. You play white in this game. And E4, E5, here we go. E4, best by test. Let's go. Knight F3, Knight C6, and Bishop C4. All right, we have either a Joko piano or an Italian game kind of thing. I used to play this all the time. It's very nice to having the bishop to be Knight F6, and then D3. D3 is on the board, defending the pawn. Very anti-deep and big fella. What's up, V Miles? What up, bro? Welcome to the stream. So D3 is very nice. This is just like slow stuff. That's just lag issue, James. No, I think it's actually I have a filter on. Actually. That should do it. I think that should do it. Because I do have a usually when I have music on the stream, playing around with the settings. Okay. So D3 was played. After D3, we're defending E4 here. And then let's see what he did. Okay, so Bishop C5. Bishop C5, just playing aggressive. And then after Bishop C5, C3, and A6. And Bishop C5, I would say, is more of the aggressive move because if Bishop E7, it gets very boring and slow. boring and slow, and that's just not fun chess. Oh my goodness, it's just not fun. You can play that. I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it. But of course, I used to play it too until I was, just got tired of playing it. So castles d6 and bishop b3. Bishop to a7. These bishop moves, it's just going to be a slow grind. This is going to be a very slow grind. This almost looks like a Roy Lopez. And what is that? Archangel variation with bishop c5. I used to do that. I actually used to play the Roy, which is a very strong opening. Roy is nice. It's a classical opening. You got to know how to play the Roy. So, bishop a7. He backs up. Okay. h3. h3 is very nice. Stop at knight g4. You also, bishop g4, I mean, there's a thing, what book was it? It was a Magnus Carlsen plays e4. What up to all 1,000 of you in here? What up to all 1,000 of you in here? Put your hands in the air. Just stop what you're doing. Put your hands in the air for Pro Chess League right now. The Summer League. All 1,000 of you as we go over these analysis. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome to the stream. Hit the follow button. And let's go from here, man. See, what's up, Chess Coach? Going on in the building. We in here. Chess Wind, everyone. How you doing, guys? How you doing? Let's go. Get high. Can't. I'm holding my phone in the coffee. Then just hold them in the air. Just hold them in the air. Just like that. Just hold them. Too dangerous? Okay, just the phone. Just the phone. Just the phone. Hi, chess player, Earthlings. Funny. You guys are hilarious. Oh, man, that's great. So, looking at this, right, in this position, a lot of time, are there going to be tournaments later? I'm going to be streaming another stream after this. We're just going over analysis in this stream. And then we'll be doing some other stuff after. Flat Earth, greetings, Scuba. It's Dracula. That's a sweet name. So h3 is played, but check this out. Hey, what does no vacation mean? It means you can't. You have to move. That's what that means. You talking about for daily, for the tournament? Yeah, it means like you can't. You have to play. Like you can't. There is no pause. Because sometimes if you wait too long, they'll just pause it for you. You're on vacation, but if you can't do that for this. So bishop g4. This is not a move they said to be afraid of, actually. This is not a move to be afraid of. And this was actually in a Magnus Carlsen Roy Lopez book. I remember that book, and I used to look at it because I used to play the Roy. And I was like, why don't they play h3? Why don't they play h3? I can't remember. It must have been like Roy Lopez move by move. I think that's exactly what it was, but it was a Magnus Carlsen edition or something. And it was talking about that. It's a very good book. So I do recommend it if you know what I'm talking about. If you have it, get it. But I think bishop g4 is just standard, though, with h3. Yes, no, it stops h3, but they said that bishop g4 is just not, you don't be worried about it. Don't be worried about it at all. Like, if they play bishop g4, they actually say it's too aggressive. So if knight d2, I do remember that. Bishop g4 was just too aggressive. To be able to do both of these, you had to kind of choose one. You couldn't play both aggressive, meaning bishop outside the pawn chain like this, and bishop a7, and also bishop g4. For some reason, it was too aggressive, they say. So how about seeing one of your Chicago Open games tonight? We could probably look at some more of that, but we'll see when I have time to think. A really strong set, yeah. But we're gonna check out this right now. So bishop to g4, and we can do rook e1, knight f1, knight g3, then h3. Usually the Roy Lopez route, classic Roy Lopez route. But he plays h3. I guess restricts the bishop, but it usually likes to come to e6 anyway. And if we step back with c2, we go with d5, breaking the center. And especially when black gets d5 in, white can have a lot of problems. It just depends. Rook e1, so he's kind of like, hey, don't play d5, but the king shouldn't be in the center anyway. So he got a castle and be gone. So castle, he's going knight b to d2, and then actually knight f1, knight g3, and the Carlsen route was when he played here. But this is when the bishop was on e7. So there is no bishop on e7. So this is different, especially knight f1, knight g3, knight h5. Actually, sorry, not knight h5, knight h4, knight f5. These are always ideas in the Roy Lopez. If you didn't know and you get stuck a lot, it's very nice to know. So let's see what NK123 does here. And we have rook e8. Rook e8, knight f1. There you go. Knight f1. He's going to go here. You can also go knight e3. I've seen Carlsen do that. Also, bishop e3 first. So if they trade, then you can play knight e3. Knight takes e3. Oops, not the rook. Knight takes e3. And you can do all kind of stuff from there. Pretty nice stuff, right? Pretty nice. So bishop to e6, knight to g3. Beautiful move. Knight g3, you can play knight f5, knight h4. If bishop takes, maybe you can take with the queen, keep some pressure on the b file, and also maybe hit this. But if the bishop is traded off, then the knight f5 square is going to be your square. And that is an awesome square to have. Queen d7 was played. Bishop takes e6. I don't agree with this move because he can take this way. And if he can take this way, a lot of times it can get d5 in. Yeah, it's a little weak around these squares, but at the end of the day, I still could get d5. I have seen that done. Queen takes, knight f5, you might be in trouble in this. I wonder what he did. I wonder what he did here. So let's see what happened. Queen takes, he did take. He played d4 instead. That's actually a strong move. d4 hitting d5. Knight f5, I am always into that because you usually don't get that in a lot. And if you're able to get knight f5 in, I honestly don't even care about everything else. Knight f5, d5, maybe knight h4, and I'm about to swing the queen over, and you get mated in 17 or less. So that's exactly what's about to happen. Okay, so here it is. d4, pawn takes, queen d7, b3. b3 and bishop b2. Very nice. So he's playing solid here in k123. You're playing very solid. I was going to play knight h4, but I was scared of bishop takes h3. So you mean here. So you meant back here. Let's look at, he's in the chat right now. So let's see. Okay, so he played knight g3, and you said you took this because you were afraid of bishop takes h3. So if bishop takes h3, let's see what happens. Let me show you why this doesn't work. First off, this is not a move. Put those in the chat if you have them. It's not a move. Pawn takes, and then queen takes h3. The issue is that there's a video. I tell all my students this all the time. There's a video on YouTube. You probably saw it. You're getting some Jedi Master secrets here from the Jedi. It's Kasparov, right? Gary Kasparov, right? It's a calculations video, and he talks about his calculations against Karpov in the game. Very, very cool, very old video, but he dropped a gem in there, and it was real nice, and he was just like, yeah, you know, 6-5 is not as dangerous as 4-3 kind of thing. And I was like, what does that even mean? Well, he's talking about his pieces. Chess is simple math. So looking at this, you got to know that this queen can only attack with another piece. It's doing nothing. I got 3 pieces over here. I can probably give black 2 moves, and he still would not be able to crush me right now. But queen g3 is a thing right now. So we do understand that that's the thing. So bishop e3, block this off, and play queen f1, and we're probably going to have a good game. Bishop e3. So we're getting rid of this threat, because if you do something like this, that's a blunder on the spot. Ouch. Oh my goodness. I've done this. I've done this many times. I've gotten this done to me, and I've also done it to people. I'm sure you've done the same or have had the same. So that hurts. Gains the tempo. Right. So going back here. So bishop e3 would be nice, and then you're good. You're good here. Knight g4. You know knight g4 is coming, but remember this. When the knight's on g4, how do you get to this square? I have it defended. I have it defended. It's a paper tiger. It's not real if I don't see it. It's not real. So it's just not a threat. It's not a move. So bishop e3, you're good. You're good here. Bishop takes h3. Never be worried about this. Especially, you know what? That rarely works. Rarely works in Roy Lopez positions. I mean, very rarely. I hate pawn grabbers. Nice hat. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Justos. Welcome. I love you too. I love you too. Welcome. So bishop takes h3 is just not a thing, bro. You never had to worry about that. But I mean, taking this anyway still benefited you, especially if you put the knight on f5 and just go positional here. This, you have to put this knight on f5. I don't know who says it, but then they say knights on f5 and f4 win games, basically, most times. So you can put a knight on f5 and just sit here and chill. Of course, he's probably going to try knight e7, so you need to go knight h4 too. So then we bring this in, queen swings over. It's easy attacks very quickly. Knight takes, knight takes. I got queen f3 and queen g3. It's going to be very tough. You can't play g6 because I got this hit twice. So it's going to be very, very tough. Very tough. Very, very tough for black to defend here. And you're just sitting here on this outpost. This bishop is a beast, but it can be blocked soon. And then especially if I defend this and move the king out the way, this bishop is hitting air. It's hitting nothing. Knight h4. Oh, so this is not, is this the game? This is not the game. So d4 is what you play. Takes, queen d7, and we go b3. b3, okay, b3 is on the board, and then rook to d8. Rook d8, bishop b2. So you played a very solid thing here. I mean, this is very easy to play for white. Honestly, absolutely easy to play for white. Rook to c1 and do this kind of thing in knight f1. It's a paper tiger. It's not real. You don't see it. Why I wanted that. Thank you, V Miles. Thank you, V Miles. And it's just a good position for white. You really prefer to be white here. I love this commentary. Thanks, Asu, dude. Appreciate you. Bishop b6. And then we play d5. Oh, that's a star move. d5 is definitely nice. But I think he has this, though. I think that's just the issue. He just goes here and the knight takes. And then you kind of... Like, the thing about attacking, when you attack, the more that you trade, the less you attack. So you got to be careful with that. The more you trade, the less you attack. And if you like attacking, you need to trade a little bit less. A little bit less. If someone grabs you, grab them. Says, okay, all right. Knight e5, he trades. Knight f5. I mean, knight e5 trades and knight f5. So, yep, I knew this was coming because it's not held. And that d3 pawn was holding it. Now he hits you with a tactic. But you might hit him with a tactic. I don't know. This looks crazy right here. Queen g4, is that a move? That's actually what you played. Queen g4 is on the board here. Hitting g7. Man, okay, well, let's see what happened. Queen g7, bishop takes f2 is the move. He steps out of the way. I'm assuming you also hitting this knight twice and mate, so that might have been a mistake. What about g6? After rook takes, queen takes f5. Quite interesting position. Yeah, I didn't know what was happening here. Yeah, you didn't know. Yeah, me either. I have no idea. This looks ridiculous, right? This is absolutely ridiculous. What's going on? Oh my goodness. Do you get annoyed by James Canty? No, I don't. I love all of them. Everyone. So king h2, g6, knight takes h6. Oh man. Okay, we might be doing all right here. Do you take with the rook? Or do you take this way? Because either way, it feels like you're losing something. If you take this way, he can take the rook first. And then once you take the rook back, he takes the knight. But there's compensation. So, okay, try it again. Rook takes. He can just take this, though. And we can't take this anymore. But this bishop may be trapped. So maybe queen e2. Hitting the bishop. Nope, he can get out of the way. Yeah, this is wild. I have no idea. Let me see what the engine says. Oh, it's nothing. It's zeros. It's zeros. Wow. All this play and it's zeros, big fella? What? No, it can't be right. What are you looking at? What are we looking at here? How is this zeros? But it is zeros after rook takes e4. It's the same thing that I just looked at. Rook takes e4. And then king takes h6, queen e2, and the move actually is bishop d4. The Jedi always wins. That's right, bishop d4. Yep, all right. And it's just like a draw, basically, is what it says. So good stuff. NK123, you're pushing tight here, man. You're doing some good chess here against this candidate master. Very strong. Very strong. This is not easy to play. So knight takes h6. I'm assuming you were winning, though. I really want to know what happened. I thought you were winning here. Let me see. I feel like you were winning, though. Apparently not, actually. Knight takes queen g4. Bishop takes f2. That makes it kind of equal. King h2. g6. Everything was like equal from here. That's crazy. Unbelievable. Knight f5 was probably immature, right? No, d4 was. d4 was the immature move. Premature move. The premature move was d4, bro. Playing d4 was just not. It is a move, but if you want to attack him, it's always, every game I've seen with the best games was knight f5s. Strong knight f5s and swing the pieces over there and sack mate, like Bobby Fischer said. Yeah, it's easy. That's usually how it should be. Okay, so let's finish this game out, bro. And I think is this the one you won or is this the one you lost? I think this is the one you won here. No, you won it. Wait, let's see. Okay, so rook takes, he did. This is the route they took. Queen e2 and bishop h4. He jumped off the deep end. Oh my goodness, get him out of here. This is the one you won. He jumped off. Head first with a smile all the way down. Rook takes h4, king g7, queen e3, and a mate. And bishop, I mean, even just snap here. But he got f6. That's tricky. That's very tricky. I mean, you just take it and probably straight up winning. Queen b2, king somewhere, rook here, hit the queen, rook over. Like, it's mate everywhere. Everything's mate. Everything's mate. So looking at that, king g7. Yep, he took f6, and that's what you did. That's what happened. I know. It's a Jedi thing. Marbles 54. That's funny. King takes. Oh, you checked them here though. But I mean, this checks everything's mate. Literally everything's mate. So I understand. You checked them, and then you hit him with the mate on the back rank. Hey, how you doing? Left the front door open. Checkmate. Good stuff, man. That was good. That was actually a tough game. And I know in these time controls, it's not easy. So it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 2-second increment here. Not easy stuff. 2 rounds. The fans, live club matches first off. So you're playing in a live club match. 2 rounds. 10 minutes. Thanks for analysis. No problem, man. No problem at all. 2 rounds of 10 minutes with 2-second increment. Your fans are going to play alongside the favorite teams to help them earn points in the standings. So that's what you guys are doing. And then there's prizes for the best fans right here. But you got to play in there. You got to join, play for the team in the live matches, and talk about your games. Post them on social media. Be active, and you should be good. You have a big shot at this 250 here. Looking at the standings here, Archbishops. That was awesome. Thanks, Canty. No problem. Archbishops with 9, Pandas with 9, San Francisco Mechanics with 5, and the Surfers with 1. And that's pretty cool stuff. We're about to look at Tori's game, and then we're going to move over to the other half of the match. But thank you so much, guys, for hanging out here. It's all 1,100 of you hanging out here at the GM Factory where the Jedi train. But this is Pro Chess League Summer Series, the post-game analysis and coverage. Hit the follow button. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I don't even know who to play for. Play for all of them. Play for all of them because you can do that. You can do that. I'm stuck around 1,500 to 1,550. Any suggestions to improve from this level? Thanks. Yes, I gained 400 points in about 2 months. Back in Scholastic Chess, you can look it up in my rating and all that stuff from doing tactics. I remember I had 3 tactics books that I would go over every single day. I was in middle school. Yeah, I was in middle school. And I was doing tactics books every day. That was like, after homework, 3 books of tactics. Going through them, and it worked. I don't know if anybody said. I know I did. I figured it out, bro. Thanks so much. Big homie, what's good? What's going on, man? What is up? What is up? But play tactics, man. A lot of tactics. So next we're gonna look at Goldust Tori. If you don't know who that is, special streamer Goldust Tori. Let's go. We're about to look at her games right now. So shout out to Big Dog Goldust Tori. Audio sounds great. Thanks, Coffee. Appreciate you. So where's Tori at? Right here. Okay, so let's look at her games here. Tori played a game. And she's actually what team she's playing for on this one. I think she plays for the Pandas too. But Goldust Tori played for the Surfers here. She played for the San Diego Surfers, who lost in this match to 22-30 to the St. Louis Archbishops. So in his first game, Tori plays black. Look at Tori with the 1,200 rating now. We in here says the 977. Excuse me. We in here, bro. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Warm up says Unfeathered Flamingo. That's right. I once had a book, I think, called Tactics for Juniors. It was tougher than I expected. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. I totally believe it. So let's actually look at this game. Okay, here we go. Here we go. San Diego Surfers playing with the black pieces. And we got Archbishops playing white here. And Tori. Let's see what happened. E4. E5. So she's playing E5. Knight F3. Knight C6. Okay, standard stuff here. I used to play all this. I used to play, what is it? Open Spanish, which would be Knight F6, and then you play Knight takes E4 stuff. I used to do that all the time. Or, man, what else? I tried the Knight B8 Breyer variation. I used to love the Knight A5 and C5, and then bring it back to C6 version. So, we in here, sub is going, yeah, it happens. It's okay. We in here, bro. We're still here. So, Knight C6 is good. This is standard stuff, classical position. Bishop to C4, nice move. Okay, Bishop C4. Classic stuff, literally. No Roy Lopez here. Bishop C5, castles, Knight F6, C3, and castles. Very nice from both players here. Castling quickly. That's good to see. That's good to see. I think this is hanging up. So D4, and then pawn takes, and bishop to B6, and now D5. So black is already slightly in trouble here. Let's go back. You got to be careful, big fella. You got to be careful. So right here, I think this is where the problem is. A lot of times you got to go D6 to stop a lot of this stuff. D6, because this is the aggressive stuff. This is the aggressive stuff. And against aggressiveness, you need to be prepared quickly. So D6 could be a thing, and castle and get out the way. If D6, you can see D4. Sometimes they don't even take it. They just back the bishop up. And I was never like, why don't they just, do this? It's kind of stuff. It's kind of, weird. But pawn takes, bishop here, and you could run into this. E5 is usually scary, or D5. That's why I hate putting the bishop here. I just hate. Yeah, this is dangerous. Erroneous So from Singfield a few years back is a critical game here. It says Pro Chess League, who's in the chat. Make sure y'all follow Pro Chess League. Hit the follow button here as well. We in here. Everybody's here. But this game is dangerous. I mean, I am not a fan. I can tell you how many times I played this with the black pieces. 0. Because I was never a fan of bishop c5 and d4, and this hitting it's just too much. I'm not into it. So I would either play, like, I actually used to play the Open Spanish, which honestly I don't even remember what it is. Is it like Knight f6 now, Yeah, it is. It's almost like a Berlin kind of thing with knight takes e4, knight d6. Coming back. I don't even play e5 anymore. I haven't played e5 in years. So d4 it takes, bishop b6, d5. This is a problem now. Because now the pawns are, look at this. This is a spatial advantage for white, which is a huge advantage. So you need to know that. You also need to know that if you don't have pawns in the center, you may not have anything. So black has nothing in the center. This is a big issue for white. I mean for black. So knight a5, she made a good move here. This is a threat. This is how you get a tempo here. Knight a5, hitting this bishop. Cool. Perfect. After bishop d3, then you got to worry about b4 because now the knight has no squares. How do you even stop b4? You may have to go c5. Okay, that'd be a long move. And d6, and I think that's where she went wrong. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, b4, the knight's trapped. The only move here is c5. Why? Stops b4. If en passant, then we come back and we back to civilization. Everything's fine. But if not, it's over. The knight is just over here. Again, like we talked about the first time, knight on the rim is grim. Knight on the rim is dim. Knight on the rim, get him out the gym. Whatever you want to say, don't put him over there if you don't want him to be lost, basically. So this is not good. And you have to do this immediately. I tell all of my students know, a lot of times you do knight a5, 2 moves, get it back. You know, go do your thing over here. You're done. Okay, come back. And you need to come back quickly because if you don't, you get in a lot of trouble. And d6 is knight takes e5 after b4. Knight takes e4 after b4. Well, you've given up a lot of material. You probably could because I think you're going for queen f6, right? I think this is what National Master Dale in the chat. He is a National Master, bona fide. If you play b4 or after, wait, hold up. d6, right? And then b4, knight takes e4. I think you're saying what? Knight takes e4, bishop takes. I mean, even I can just take this too. I can just take this too. It doesn't even matter. Knight takes e4 don't. I mean, I can just take this because knight takes e4 is not a real, like a big threat anyway. But if, I mean, I see what you're saying. If bishop takes queen f6 is nice, but it's not really nice. I get another piece and another piece. You said bishop takes f2 right after. Knight takes e4, takes, bishop takes f2 right now. I can probably step out the way. Got to be careful of any kind of mates, but I got that square covered. Because you could do like knight g3, try to mate me on this diagonal. This stuff, but there's no mate. I got it covered. Because I'm hitting both of these. If you move the bishop, I'll take the knight. You move the knight, I take the bishop. You could play queen f6, and I'm going to take bishop and knight. I'm going to take everything. Take everything. Queen f6. Queen f6, bishop takes, and takes. 1, 2, 3, 6. I'm up 2 pieces, big fella. 2 pieces. That's not a move. That's not a move. Yeah, 2 pieces. It's a lot of compensation here. And black is still undeveloped a little bit. You know, well, I mean, really just moving the bishop, but it's all good. Crazy. I am not good at counting pieces. Oops. You're good at finding the moves, but not good at counting the pieces afterwards, the material. Always keep material count. Always keep material count. Okay, so here we go. Knight c4. Oh, that's what she played. She played knight c4 and then knight takes e4. Queen f6 is still a real thing. Tori is now down a piece here. So let's see what happened here. Okay, so bishop d3, rook e8, knight d2. Knight c3 is a real thing. Or bishop f5. But the rule is trade when you're up, not when you're down. So honestly, this is just tough for Tori, period, here. Knight takes d2. Bishop g4, that's a nice pin, but it can easily be broken. Black needs to coordinate all of the pieces together to win this. Okay, h3, bishop h5, g4, and bishop to g6. Takes and takes. Rosen, what's up, Rosen? Welcome to the stream, bro. Yo. Rosen is in the building. Shout out to International Master Eric Rosen. What's up, bro? Hey, Canty. What's up, Rosen? So bishop g5, queen d7 is a move. Rook f8. But the issue is we're just down a piece here. We're just down a clean piece. It's very tough. You can maybe try to use this as compensation, and you still fight on. So maybe try to double the rooks here and create any kind of pressure that you can. Queen f7. Okay, rook f8. She's creating any kind of pressure she can. King g2, a5. Trying to make this rook be able to do anything that this rook can. So let's see. Rook e7, ouch, that's a scary move. And that's GG. I mean, unless you have to take on f3. It's the only move. Take on f3. Pawn takes. Still fighting. Tori's still fighting here. King out of the way. Woo, rook takes f2. It looks like that's scary. Whoa, my goodness. What's your favorite opening? Accelerated Dragon. I can't, man. I tried to say something else, but I just can't. Hyper Accelerated Dragon. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. So King G3, King G3, and then Rook F8. Rook F8, and here we go. Yep, Rook E1 or Rook E8, and that's a wrap. You just trade them off. Trade when you're up, not when you're down. Those fast beasts are dangerous. That's correct. Rook takes, King takes, Bishop E3 out of the way, and C5. C5, such a good move here. And then en passant, ouch. So takes, and gone. This is just out. Let's just see how the technique was finished here, because there's no reason to analyze anything else. Check, check. Almost stalemate here, and he found a checkmate. He found a checkmate. So Tori goes down here, but lesson learned for Tori here is what should happen next time. It should be, well, first off, you need to know the lines in this. This Bishop C5 stuff is scary. Very, very scary. You don't want to play Bishop C5 and not know what to do, especially against D4 and these kind of moves. But also, Knight takes E4 is a suggestion from the chat. After castles, Knight F6, C3, Knight takes E4. Whoa! Knight takes E4. But I think D4 is a move here. Let's actually see what the engine thinks about this, because I'm not familiar with this. D4 it's D5 anyway. Ah, okay. I thought it was bishop moves and then D5, but you don't want to allow him to play D5, so you actually play D5 first. That makes sense. So I think this is like the open Spanish. It's close to it, but the bishop's on C5, so a little bit different. A little bit different. It was something like this. I used to play this kind of stuff for black. Because I used to like to, you know, the classical stuff is, they call it the Spanish torture, by the way. If you didn't know what the Roy Lopez was nicknamed, is the Spanish torture, or the Spanish, but the Spanish torture. So it's like very slow, very complicated, classical, boring chess, honestly. It's when you, until you expand your knowledge, then it becomes, you know, boring after that. Because it's the same stuff. At top level, Berlin, all that stuff, is draws a lot of times. Open Spanish was something to revive and do some other things to it. But castles, D4, this is very scary to face. So in other words, you should maybe, you know, instead of playing Bishop C5, you can either take or you can play Bishop E7. Bishop C5 is still a good move. After castles, Knight F6, C3, you can try D6. You can take on E4. Many other options. Many other options. So counterattack if she plays Bishop C5. Yeah. So tough stuff. That was a very, very tough game there. So all right, guys, check out the prizes again. I'm actually going to switch this over, and now we are going to talk about the other match that happened. Other match will be here. This will be the pandas and the mechanics. Pandas and mechanics. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, and now looking at this for the prizes. So first off, we have the games. Okay, perfect. Here are the games here. So, all right, guys, this is what you need to do for the prizes. You have to be a player. You got to be one of the fans or one of the people here to support everyone and want to play. You want to be here and play in all of the tournaments, the live match tournaments, as many as you can. Make sure you maybe annotate your games or post a forum on it or anything, and be active in social media. Also using maybe the hashtag summer series on Twitter. It's very big. You want to be using that just for your shot at $250 for this. Okay, here go to standings. If you missed it, St. Louis Archbishops and the Pandas with 9. The Mechanics with 5 and San Diego Surfers, big dogs, trying to get it. They got 1, but that's okay. And the format, if you didn't know, 2 rounds of 10 minutes with 2-second increment here. And your fans, you guys, everyone, play alongside any of your favorite teams to help earn points in the standings. Knockout battles, 4-player playoffs, Summer Series champs. It's going down. We in here right now. Lightsabers in the air for all 1,200 of you guys checking out Canty's post-match coverage. Thank you so much for checking out the post-match coverage. All 1,200 of you. Hit the follow button. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate you. Pro Chess Summer Series. Let's go. 1,200 lightsabers. Sounds like an Order 66 disaster about to happen. Not today. Not today, Crazy Coffee. Not today. All right, so here we are, guys. We are into, this is actually, now we're looking at or we're about to look at the next match. Was devastating, and I would say devastating as in like what happened, like landslide in a way. I mean, the Pandas 34.5, the Pandas with 34.5 points, and the Mechanics with 19.5. I didn't even get to 20. It was tough, very tough. A lot of strong players in there, but man, oh my goodness, it was like almost double. Like, wow. Jumped off the deep end. Jumped off the deep end. So let's see. Oh, NK, you played for these guys too, huh? NK played for. So is anyone in the chat that played for either team, Pandas or the Mechanics? So we can analyze your game in here. If you were played for the Pandas or the Mechanics, we would love to see that. Hipside, thanks for the gift of sub to Coffee Man. Intergalactic aliens will think twice before attacking Earth with so many Jedi around. That's right. That's right, Dale. That's 100% correct. Now you have a lightsaber too, right? So, yes, I guess there is no one in the chat that played for either team, from the Pandas or the Mechanics. So we're going to pick a few here. And actually, let me see if I know anyone. Oh, yeah, ODO. He's a national master. There's a lot of people in this one. Oh, my goodness. Whoa, Kara played. Look at that. Kaldanaga 4 played. Wow. That's what's up. Chess win. If we're playing in Pro Chess League, he goes, I mean, you, but there's going to be a tournament tonight or no? I have to, yeah, I'm going to restart afterwards. We're going over here. Goes to story. Let me see. Kara play. Let's look at this top level stuff right here, though. Let's check out this title player game. Canty, I play for the Pandas. Okay, we're going to check you out. We're going to check you out right after this, Kara. All right, so who do we have here? F Pawn, who's a national master, and we have NJ Panda, who's a women's candidate master. So let's see what we have here and who played for what team. Okay, of course, NJ Panda played for the Pandas, obviously. And then we have F Pawn that played for the Mechanics. Okay, let's see what happened here. Ratings are pretty close here. Well, I mean, 2036, 1994, but they both are title players. So this is definitely going to be a match. So let's see what happened. They actually split this match. They played 2 games of 10 minutes with 2-second increment, and they actually split. So let's see what happened. Here we go. E4, C5, knight C3. Uh-oh, I'm already interested. It looks like a Grand Prix. I love the Grand Prix. Knight C6 and then G3. Oh my goodness, he then jumped off the deep end. No, it's just basically, it's slow. It's the closest Sicilian now. I'm more into the Grand Prix stuff. Why? Because I just like mating people. I like to attack and take stuff. So I'll play F4. But G3, totally fine. Bishop G2, Bishop G7, and D3. D6, Bishop E3, and Knight F6. This is all standard. H3, stopping Knight G4. You kind of go for a Yugoslav thing here where you sack mate, Bobby Fischer style, like the dragon setups and stuff. So castle, queen side. This is kind of what they're going for. So castle F4, really, that's very interesting. I did not expect F4. I did not expect F4, especially with H3. So the question is, why did we go Bishop E3 then? If we only go on F4, I don't know. I mean, what are we really stopping? Is there something annoying here? Because now Black maybe has a target: E6, D5, and D4. That's definitely something that can happen. A6 was played instead. I just gotta say, Canty, you're definitely my favorite streamer, bro. So chill, pleasant, and entertaining. Thank you so much, Bricktop. Appreciate the love, man. Is there any different? Is this any different than a normal closed Sicilian? Honestly, yes. I played a lot of closed Sicilians. I actually looked at Boris Spassky. Boris Spassky played the closed Sicilian, very strong with it. And I looked at him play some closed Sicilian games, and it was always the same stuff. If he did play the G3 stuff, he would play F4 with it, and then play G4. The knight would swing here. This knight's on F3. You go knight G3, H4, king H1, queen over, and you just kind of like pawn storm them that way. And then you kind of made them like that. That's how you would usually do it. This is different because the bishop's already out. Usually you keep this here, Maybe put it on D2. I've seen some Bobby Fischer games like that. But this is completely different from what I'm used to in the closed Sicilian. So, because I thought he was going for Queen D2 because he played Bishop E3 so early. So I'm like, what is that about? But then he played F4. So it's kind of like mixing them up, which is not usually good. You usually don't want to mix openings up a lot of times. You can get in trouble. Dragendorf, that's different than like the accelerated dragon and the Najdorf, early A6 stuff. You could do that. This is kind of like a Dragendorf. A6, and you got the dragon bishop, so it's kind of like that. But at certain time, most times you can't. I see. So he lost the tempo. He did. He lost the tempo. I mean, I believe. Just because what do we do? Maybe he's going for F5, and with Queen C7. I mean, you probably should have went for B5. Honestly, you have to go for this stuff now, especially against the closed Sicilian. The closed Sicilian gets here so fast. It's unbelievable. The only game I've ever lost over the board, actually no, the second game, because the second game I lost was the Chicago Open, was the first round with the GM in the unfamiliar dragon territory. But that was the second game ever in like 5 years, right? So the dragon, the first one that I lost to International Master Maximilian Meinhardt. I think that was his name, something like that. But he ended up getting a pawn on F6. My bishop was on H8, and it was locked out the game. I just couldn't get it back in, right? But I was supposed to go here fast. I was never able to get that off because I was worried about everything else. And I ended up losing this game. So if white wins this game, this probably is because of black not initiating this immediately. Queen is X-ray and G3 from here. Canty is... What's going on, Master Gear? Queen is X-ray and G3 from there. X-ray and G3 from here. I mean, that's a long X-ray. That's a very long X-ray. Very long. But I think it's an unrealistic X-ray. Because that is an X-ray, but I think it's unrealistic. I mean, especially if you go here, I can go E5, hit the knight. You know, even like D5. Castles, D5, right? What does that even do, actually? You can't even... I have to push both of these. It's probably just unrealistic. Okay, so going back to it, though. So here we go. G4. There we go. G4 is played, but usually it's better to do it when you castle it. I think Bishop E3 was just a wasted move in this whole game. Because Bishop E3, your king could be castled right now doing the same thing, already having G4. The knight comes over here and sits right here on G3. E6. There we go. Castle, just a different move order. So luckily black didn't go for this, because that would have been a tempo, especially if this is defended at the right time. D5, D4. Queen E7 probably would have made more sense. So if he can play D5 and then D4, he's going to have a great game because the pawn is defended. You can't play D5 now because that's just snap, you know. Snap that off. That's a free pawn. That's basically how it goes. So don't hang your pawns, right? You just don't want to hang pawns. Pawn grabbers, you see the hat. So bishop takes C5, hitting the rook. Easily, just don't do it. B5, he finally went for it, or she finally went for it. Queen D2 and bishop to B7, and then F5 got to be pushed. A3, this move I learned, Bobby Fischer and like, you know, Boris Spassky would play this move later on until you would wait for this pawn to get down here. Not now or not like quickly. You would just wait. You would wait for this pawn to get down here, and then you would play A3. So D5 was played, and here it is. Oh, but bishop takes C5. Let's go, pawn grabbers. Oh, thank you for the pawn. Excuse me, that's mine. Bishop takes, rook D8, E5, and bishop D6. And this is already out, especially after D4 solidifying this. Knight D7 is probably gonna be the move. Knight E4. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up here. Knight E4. Anybody else seeing this? Is this real? Is that a move? It's on the board. Pawn takes, knight D4. I mean, you have to calculate it. You have to look at it. So, pawn takes, right? What if you just don't take it? What if you just... Because sometimes you like, you know what? What if you just... You know what? I don't even want to calculate this. I'm just going to move out of the way. Queen E3. Because I already stole a pawn. I'm just about to see it. Queen E3, knight takes, queen takes. I don't know. But if pawn takes, knight here. You got a few things to look at here. And this is all the things you need to look at in your head before you do this on the board. So you may not lose the game. So knight takes here, bishop takes. So we'll be okay in that situation. We will be okay in that situation. Okay. So pawn takes, knight here. The other one is knight takes E5. That's it. That's interesting. Because there's a lot of stuff on these pieces. Maybe B4. Man, I got to see it. I got to see it. Okay. Knight takes E5. This is strong because this is the other line. Knight takes here. I'm good. I'm off the woods. I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong. I'm up a piece. You can just start a new one. So this is over. But if knight takes E5 though, This is interesting. It's still interesting because this is, I'm hitting this, but I'm also hitting this. Like I'm hitting this. So if you just take this back, I can probably just take this. It's very, very interesting stuff here. This is pinned. This is going on. Okay, maybe knight e2. Bishop takes. And then c3. So maybe he is out. Man, that's a lot. It's a lot of thinking, a lot of stuff. But what's the piece count? The what? 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5. Black is down a piece. But it just feels like he's okay. Feels like he's okay, but I don't think, I mean, honestly, looking at this, whose move is it, by the way? c3 was played. e3 wouldn't work. 3, 4, 5, 3. Yeah, he's just down a piece. It's just down a piece. It's just not enough. But it's very interesting to look at. Very interesting. Because that's the critical line. Because the other line don't work. It just don't work. So let's see what happened. Pawn takes, takes. Queen f2. He just moved straight out the way. Gave the piece right back, which you can do that. But I mean, hey, it's okay to be greedy. So I'm like, no, you couldn't do that. It's not a move. So I'm going to take that piece and keep it and try to. So queen f2, he just gave it back. Nothing wrong with that. I always say the good thing about being up a piece is that you can just give it right back if you need to. So here, bitch, that is not a move. Ooh, and he missed. I mean, you could do this, but you could also do this. I mean, that's just an exchange. You know, it's real. It's free. Why not take it? You know, you could, but I mean, this is good too. Maybe you like, maybe you just want to keep the bishop. Fine. I mean, this is material. This is skewer, and it works. So 94, knight takes e5. That, man, this guy or this gal is playing savagery chess. She played 94 and then knight takes e5, trying to straight up embarrass him in this game. Straight up. Obviously, rooks can x-ray is just pressuring a square through the piece pawn. Excellent analysis, Mr. Canty. Thank you so much, Lucid. Appreciate it. Thank you. Knight takes e5. That is ridiculous. Pawn takes. I know that's coming, but bishop takes. But I think she missed the in-between move. Jishin-shu. Wow. Bishop takes. Bishop b6. Yep. And in-between move. Bishop d6 was also one too. But this one is better. This one is definitely better. Or not. Hold up, big fella. You did. Yeah, you took the piece. Bishop d6. That's what I thought. Right. Bishop d6 so you can keep the piece. Keep the piece, not the exchange. Ouch. Yeah, I mean, and a lot of times, this is how Tao is very good at this too. She's making a million mistakes. Well, I mean, it happens. You know, it happens a lot. But Tao was like that too with these attacking games. If you look at some of Tao's games, the engine's like, oh, he was crushed. It's mate in 37. Like, that was nothing. But you know, over the board, when this is happening to you over the board, it's a lot to calculate. Especially, I think I remember Ben Feingold. Ben Feingold's from Michigan. I'm from Michigan. So at one point, forever, as I can remember, Ben Feingold was like #1 in Michigan. Long time, right? So, but he was talking about, you know, like all kind of stuff with this. It was just very, very good to know. But bishop d6, queen takes c2 is awesome. I think that's going to happen. So, oh, shoot. Yeah, bishop d6 should have happened here, honestly. It really should have happened. Bishop d6. Feingold. Yeah, Feingold is the man. He's the man, bro. Bishop b6. Queen takes e5. Takes, and you're in trouble. Rook e1. No, black's winning. Black is straight up winning here. Dang. Oh, man. That is crazy. The site, yeah. Feingold would always say, what did he say for that? You know, you never want to be surprised at the board. Like, if you analyze and you make a move, and they make a move that you did not consider, you might be in trouble. It could be brilliant, or it could be dead losing. But you better be careful when that stuff happens. And I think that's what happened here was a shock factor. I think it was more psychological than it was everything else, because he was very, like, I mean, she's sacking everything on him. Here, hit him here, throw the kitchen sink at him. Knocked the refrigerator over on him. It was like, wow. Oh my goodness. She's just out here relentless. C3. And now she's in a winning position, actually. In a way with these two bishops. At least it feels like. Maybe not so winning. Especially after queen e4. Does she have anything else? F5. It feels like this is winning. Maybe bishop f8. Go for this. I wonder what the engine thinks about this. So you give it +1. Not +2. +2 now. Really. Got hit with the sink. Yep. That's correct. I can definitely see that. Wow. Okay. So c3, queen d5, snap off, and queen to e3. All right, queen d3 and then king g2. Queen check, rook f2. Takes, takes. That's it. That's a wrap. Rook d2, king f7, yeah. And the rest is history here. You're still going to play on here. And the resignation or time flag. Something happened here. I was going to look up chess ranks for my state. Is FIDE rating the most commonly used? In the open section, yes. Yes, chess ranks for your state. Unless you, if you're using USCF, you can just find that easy though. uschess.org. uschess.org. But FIDE, you can find the FIDE under people's US chess names usually and stuff. Pretty good. All right, cool. So that's the first game between these two. And the second game was actually a win by her, I think, right? Let me see. NJ Panda. Who won this one? I think this is the other one. Nope, it's not that one. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the other one. Okay, so let's look at it. Let's go back some squares here. Let's go back, see what's going on. Here we go. From the beginning here. Who played what? So NJ Panda takes this one. So they were 1-1. So he beat her the first game, and she wins the second. So let's see what happens now. Here we go. E4, best by test. That's life. C5, and then knight f3, knight c6, d4. Takes, takes. We have a dragon here, or accelerated, or one of them. Knight c3, this is a regular dragon, actually. Knight f6, bishop c4. So I don't play this with the white version, but I do know what the white pieces are supposed to do here. A5 is good, so she never lifted her hand and played d5. d5 is a thing, but it was never, ever played. So she plays a5 instead. Castles, knight takes, takes, and d6. This is classical version. You can do like f3 or h3. More mainline stuff here. I mean, yeah, f3 or h3, and we're going to follow up with bishop d7, trying to pry open with a4, put the rook on c8, bring this knight around to d7 and knight to c5, have a very comfortable game, put the bishop on e6. It's a nice end game. Nice end game for black. That's usually the plans. So a4, they stop a4. So if you play a4, it's supposed to be knight g4 immediately. She plays bishop d7. The more aggressive way to play is actually knight to g4. But bishop d7 is the thing. Art Vega, what's up, man? Canty, can you please analyze my games in the mechanics versus pandas match? Wow, what's up, Vega? Vega's in the chat. We got Kara actually right after this. And then we're going to do Art Vega. What's up, man? Good to see you. So bishop to d7 and queen to e2 is on the board. Bishop c6 and rook a to d1. White's already doing very well here. But knight to d7, knight c5 is the usual stuff here. Knight d7, trade them off. Knight b5, queen b6. Beautiful move. Queen b6, this is black's doing fine. Black's doing just fine. Knight c5, maybe trading this off. Trades help the black pieces here. In this Sicilian, knight to d4, knight c5, hitting this bishop, ready to go, and also putting pressure on the b2 pawn. Knight takes c6, pawn takes, and I think black's doing really good here now. Black's doing really good. Rook b8 could be devastating to this position. How is this happening? Let me show you. After rook b8, boom, that's the move on the board. Now, there's a check. Now, she actually won this game. But black's doing really good because I play this with the black pieces. And I know that when I get this kind of position, I'm able to take on b2. And then the bishop's hitting this. This is weak. This is a very good game for me. Very good game. So check. And then f6. f6 was a move. Who played this? I think Kramnik played the black pieces. This was in 2000 something. I can't remember. But Kramnik played black here. And f6, he played f6 in one of the games. I was never a fan of the f6 stuff because this was usually weak. So I would always just go king g8. Just go back. Nothing's wrong. Just go back. And you keep the pawn structure intact too. And you can play king g7 later, especially if you move this knight and you trade queens. You can go back to g7. Figure out what you want to do later. Feingold did not play f6. That's correct. Feingold would, roll over for that. He would just be pissed off if you play f6 in this position, right? So I'm not with it. I'm not playing the f6 move. And f6 was played. And she still ended up winning this game after queen to c3. Very clever. Bullying this pawn, but I think this one and also maybe this one could fall as well. Dragon Exile says never play f6. That's right. Queen b4. So after queen b4, we have queen h3. Beautiful move. Oh, this was actually, yeah, this was part of the game too. But not in this move order. Not in this move order because I think I'm just winning material here. And here's the thing. This is why you didn't play that f6 move because now the queen's going to eye this. Especially if you take this, you could be in some trouble. So he plays rook here to do this. I probably would have just snapped this off. F4, takes, and we trade up. Rook D3, very nice. Takes here. F5, here comes the attack. Queen D4, rook G3, and where's the bomb attack here? Okay, queen takes, pawn takes, and rook G4. So literally black feels like black's winning here. Really. Queen G5, rook H4. Oh, snap. Not with that. You might be straight up losing. Check. Maybe not. Maybe he calculated this. Check. You can go here. Check. Oh, yeah, you're just losing. Right? Check. King here. Check. King here. Check. You can't go here because the rook takes, so you need to go back. Queen takes G6, hit and check. If you go any of here, I take the rook. GG, not a move. Jumped off the deep end. Get him out of here. It's not a move. There it is. Rook check. It's over. She played Queen H6. Ooh. Hands on your head move. Like, ooh. Did I just do that? Ouch. She just played Queen G6. Queen H6. Simple. Good game. Good game. Shake your hand. Like, hand out. Queen H6 and then stick your hand out after you hit the clock. If they decline the moral gambit by answering the pawn, C3 pawn looks misplaced. Why not play C3 instead? It says F5, queen takes G6, check. And the king, well, queen G7 and then mate. Queen H6, ouch. Just made him. I don't need the material. Just made him. That's right. That's crazy. That is wild there. So good stuff. These guys are pretty strong here, of course. Absolutely both titled players here. Very strong players. F-Pawn play for the San Francisco Mechanics. And NJ Panda play for, of course, the Pandas here. All right, Cara, we promised you were next. And let's check you out. I see you played Tori, actually. You beat Tori both games here. So let's see what happened. Cara is in the chat. What's up, bro? Okay. Let's flip the board, and you play black here. So let's see what happened. Wow, tough. I know that's pretty tough. E4, C5. Here we go. Sicilian life. Knight C3, G6, Knight F3, and Knight C6. Bishop to B5. What a move. Knight D4. Good stuff. Knight D4, Knight takes, Pawn takes, Knight E2, and Bishop G7. Oh, this is not a move. Not a move. Ouch. Did you make the move on the board? You didn't. Oh, man. Black to move and win, folks. Puzzle rush. Black to move and win. What is the move? Queen A5 check from Chess Wind. Queen A5 from Art Vega. Queen A5 from Dragon Exile. Cara is putting the baby faces in there like, oh, I missed it. Yes, you did. You very well did. Queen A5 is the only move here, big fella. Hit him with the check, and it's game over. Queen A5. Boom. You played A6. So, Bishop C4, B5, Bishop B3, E6. So, we still having a comfortable game here. Pawn takes, Knight F6. So, here's the issue. There's another thing that you need to know. A lot of times, you have to be careful playing E6 and G6 if you have a Fin Shadow Bishop. I actually was watching a stream that the Pro Chess League Summer Series, or right before this. So, right before the recap here, I was watching the Summer Series, and David Pruitt was just saying about, he briefly mentioned E6, G6 weaknesses. And that's correct. E6, G6 weaknesses are absolutely real. And the problem with that is if you play E6, the bishop, well, it can't defend both of these, both diagonals. Now, you know, in this situation, you're actually going to be okay, because D5 is going to be fine. Knight E7, you're going to be okay, kind of thing. But so, C3 takes, Knight F6. This is the issue. You need to get D5 in, but it's more comfortable to play Knight E7 because Bishop G5 is annoying. And then after H6, Bishop H4. And you got to either play G5 and kind of semi-mess up the pawn structure, especially if you're castling this way. Or you're like never getting out of this pin unless you move into queen, but then you never can get D5 in. A lot of stuff goes wrong. A lot of stuff can go wrong. So here we go. Queen B6, that's exactly what happened. He played Bishop G5, or she did. Castle. Bishop B7, Tori is now hit here. You just dropped a piece. That's a piece, big fella. Does your wife like chess? She does like chess. She's just not good. Ryath, what's up? What's going on, bro? We in here, Ryath. Okay, Bishop takes F6 and D5. Yeah, you just down a piece now. Is this the game you won both of these? I don't know how you won this, Cara. I have no idea how you won this. But you won this because you're just you. Wow, you're down a full piece, big fella. Went to 2.5 out of 4 today. Good job, Ryath. Good job. At his second tournament ever, got 2.5 out of 4. Congratulations to Ryath in the chat. Bishop takes, king takes, e5. Okay, d4. That's, I mean, that is a move. You hit a knight, but you got this going on. So check, out of the way. Queen c6, f3, queen d7. Let's just move here. Let's keep moving. Tori winning. Tori straight up beating you right now. You are losing. You are losing, Kara. I don't know how you won this game, but you did. I think this is the one Tori blinked on. She had to blink. She had to like blink and slip and like Final Destination all the way down somehow. This is over. Bishop b3 takes, d4, rook b8, knight d6. Look at these pieces in Black's camp here. Kara, what are you doing? How did this even happen? It's rough. Knight e4, queen here, knight f6. Ouch. Checkmate in a few, big fella. Checkmate in a few. h4. Oh, man, she going for the h6 stuff. Whoa. It was sad she got puzzle rush. This is real 1200 level chess. Let me see. Knight c4. Rook here. She got puzzle rush. That's tough. Rook takes d4. You got to be kidding me. He did not win this game. How did you win this game? You got to be kidding me, bro. Somebody. Is this a joke? Is this real? Let me make sure chess.com ain't mess up the code or nothing for that game. This is ridiculous. You did not win this. I don't believe it. Knight a3. Rook d8. How did you? How? Rook here. Queen f4. Queen d2. No. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, check. Oh, she jumped off the deep end. It's about to happen. Rook takes b2. It's like a sigh. You know that the and you just sit there and you just contemplate about life. You think about your life at this point. You think, what is life really like? What is life? Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it being here? Oh my goodness. Jeez. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. When did it go wrong here though? Ugh. Right here. It went wrong right here. One move. One move, big fella. One move. That's where it went wrong. Just one move. That's it. Everything else fine. Queen f3 or something. Queen f3, play rook f2 maybe. Or like literally just chill out. Or maybe put the queen on f3. Queen g4, rook here, rook here. You have to defend because this is annoying. Oh my goodness. Wow, I was shouting at the screen when she did that. Everybody shouted. Oh man, what? How did this happen, Tori? How? Oh my goodness. Queen h2. GG, jumped out the deep end. It's one of those moves, like, you know the water bottle flip? You ever seen a video on Facebook when they flip the water bottle and it drops and then everybody's in the room is just like wave. Oh my goodness, you felt the energy wave. Rook takes, king here. Boom. Oh my goodness, flew up out the chair when that happened. Unbelievable. Hurts. Good game to learn from though. Yes. Yes, from both sides. Never give up. And the other one is never, like, do that again. Never do that again. That's what we learned from that. Well, good stuff anyway, Kara. You still won. You still fought on. And we just keep it moving from there. So, Art Vega played. Let's go. Art Vega versus NK123. That's probably a good game. Let's check this out. Check these guys out here. This is NK123 versus Art Vega here. And it looks like Art Vega lost this one. It looks like he lost this one. So let's flip the board. Let's go here. Art Vega says, yay, we in the chat. Let's go. And before we get to it, guys, and before we look at this one, this would be probably our last game here as we wrap it up and look at everything. 2 hours. I got in time trouble at the end, but it was real tight. Oh, yeah, it's all good. Wait, so I see this move that was necessary, but what was her messed up move? Well, Queen H2. Queen H2, like she just moved off the diagonal. She could never move off the diagonal. Actually, what she could have did is like move the rook to the same rank, keep the queen on the same square or diagonal, and like try to mate on the back rank. There was many things you could have did there. So, but before we get started and look at this last game here, guys, check this out. First off, You guys are awesome. And this is all about you, the Summer League series where you guys can play. How do you play? Well, it's right here. 2 rounds. 2 rounds of 10 minutes with 2-second increment. Fans play alongside the favorite teams, and you help them earn points in the standings. What are the standings? That's right here. Group A. St. Louis Archbishops with 9. The Pandas with 9. San Francisco Mechanics with 5. And the Surfers got 1. You guys can help out with all of these points, but make sure you have to join some of the teams. And you can definitely do that. There are links all in the chat from there. Prizes, they give individual best fan prize, $250. That could be you per group, $1,000 total for prizes on that. But you guys have to play in the tournament, the live match. Make sure after the live match you analyze the game, do whatever you want with the game, post it on social media, use hashtag Summer Series, be active, and you can get $250 right quick. It really can happen. Here's the standings once again: 9, 9, 5, and 1, and we go into the last game of today, and that will be Art Vega and NK123. So here we go. I'm in here. That's what's up. I joined a tournament, but how do I join a team? So the teams that will be you can go to Pro Chess Summer Series. There's a link actually on there with an official guide of all the teams. You just have to find the official guide. I'll actually put that in a command for next one. For the next one here. So let's look at this Art Vega. Let's see what happened here. You did lose this game. So E4, E5. We got E5 on the board. Here we go. And this was a 56 move game. And we went into Bishop C4. Knight F6 is on the board. D3, Bishop C5. Okay, Bishop's in the right places here. C3 and D6. Bishop B3. Castle get out the way. Castle get out the way. And Bishop G4. So aggressive stuff here. Aggressive. H3, we definitely back up. Rook E1. And A6. A6 is interesting. But I understand because you want to put the bishop on A7 a lot of times here. Knight B to D2, bishop A7, knight F1. Almost the same. Oh, this is actually the game we looked at. We looked at this game, I think. I think we did. D5 now? Maybe not. It looks different. I think joining a team is merely joining a club on chess.com. That's correct. Yep. Looks familiar. It does. I thought it was mine at first. Yeah, I think this is y'all game, but we about to see. Knight takes D5, knight G3, bishop takes F3. No, I don't remember this stuff. I don't remember this at all. Bishop takes, queen takes, and knight F4. Yeah, this is different. This is different. It was very similar though. Can you play it? You can play for multiple teams. That's right. So D5 was played immediately. Pawn takes, knight takes, and then knight G3. Bishop takes F3 because if bishop to G6, it was going to be knight takes C5. So we went bishop takes F3. After bishop takes F3, queen takes F3, knight F4. Okay, so knight F4 is played. Then we have D4 on the board. Wow, nice move. D4 is very strong. It's breaking this up, breaking up this pawn chain. If you even think about taking it, this knight's going to fall with it. So you better be careful. Knight G6 might be a move though. That's what he played. So now we defend. Art Vega played knight G6. And D5 was played. Follow up maybe with a knight E7. Keep some pressure here. Keep this locked down. And I wonder if you went there. You went knight A5. Okay, trying to hit this. You got to be careful again with this knight on the rim. It is dim and grim and it can't swim. Anything you want to say that rhymes with it, you got to be careful when you put it here. Knight A5, bishop C2, knight C4. Beautiful. Now he's back. Knight D6 or knight B6 could be another thing. B3, knight D6, and F5 could be a square we would be eyeing. He played F5. There it is. There it is. F5. I think black is better, actually. You play E4, strong move. Man, he might be in trouble here. You might be in trouble too, though. Whew. Man, he got these things pointing at you here, big fella. I really thought F4 was the move first. But maybe it is E4. Oh, man, this is scary. E4, queen C3. I mean, maybe you can go rook F7. I think rook F7 is the best move. Yeah, rook F7. C5. Oh, definitely knight B5. Queen C4. How do we attack him? That's one of the first questions I always ask. How do I attack him? So I just look at everything. And then I start reversing move orders and looking at this. How about I do this, this, and this? Or how about I do that, this, then this? Or how about I do that, that, this, this? And look at it and see which one is better, the most aggressive, and etc. Make a decision and keep moving. Queen G5 looks good. Threatening maybe F4 and knight H4. Or vice versa, knight H4, F4. Hitting mate on G2. Knight F3 ideas. If this bishop ever gets free, that is the goal. If we ever get this bishop free, it's going to be some serious problems in the land. Tony Guara Art says, what's up? What's going up? What's going on, man? How are you? Welcome to the stream. What up? What up? A4, knight d6, beautiful move, because if pawn takes, queen takes g3. Knew that was coming, so he didn't want to do that. Okay, so he stepped out of the way. F4, whoa, boss move from a boss man. Look at it go. F4, big boy move there. Knight takes, bishop takes. We may be able to get away with F3, maybe not. Probably knight h4. Played F3. I don't think you can get away with it because the bishop takes F3. Knight h4 first. Why? Because F3 will work. And you also have stuff like knight takes g2 followed by F3. So there's other things that you can do. Because F3, he can just take it. And then after takes knight here, then you go into this. Which still seems like an attack, but you needed that pawn. That pawn was crucial to this attack. It was absolutely crucial to the attack. I think knight h4 is very questionable about. Yeah, it's reversing the move order. I tell my parents, I tell my students this all the time. My dad is actually my student too. So dad taught me how to play. Now I give him lessons and I charge him. Absolutely, you get a discount though. So knight h4 is real, but it's just better. It's just better. And I always tell my students this too. Reverse the move order. F3 knight h3, knight h4, or knight h4 f3. Look and see which one is a little bit better, and you go from there. Knight h4 would have been better. F3 takes knight h4. That's exactly what happened in the game. Yeah, bishop e4. He went rook here, trying to take this. It doesn't work. It'll work if we have some tactics here, but that's not a thing. Queen takes is not a thing. Knight takes g2. You don't have anything. There's nothing there. Rook f4, maybe. Try it. What else is there to do? You took on e3, and you have to exhaust every single option before you just settle to trade queens, because you're losing already. You're losing already. Maybe bishop takes c5, I think, after rook takes. So that's probably what you saw. And you hitting this, so maybe not. Maybe not. Takes bishop. Oh, you didn't even take it, big fella. You didn't jump off the deep end. Oh, but then he can take here on h7. This game is ridiculous. But then you could have taken. Check this out. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Because there's so much taking, right? Take. I get one. You get one. I get one. I get one too, though. Look at this comp. Look at this comp. That's some nice compensation. Maybe mate threats. Maybe. Could be a thing. Could be a thing. Nice compensation here. Nice comp. Yeah, some nice comp. Nice comp there. So, but here, queen takes, play a rook here. Yeah, now he goes here. You might have had to go for that. You might have had to go for that. Because now this is like impenetrable. Like, you can't do nothing about this. Rook takes f2, maybe. I think you might have to go for this. Yeah, you have to. Rook g3, and then back to f7. Oh, knight g6. Oh, you jumped off the deep end. Oh, yeah, you jumped right off the deep end, head first, with a smile, all the way down. It's over. It's a wrap. Rook takes, and then check, and then you just played on a few moves. Played on. This game still went on. Oh my goodness. There's still so many moves left. And then he finally just, you know what? I'm tired of you moving pieces. I'm just going to take them. You're moving pieces. And then bishop f5, and I was over. Wow. He was winning, though. You were definitely winning there, Vega. 100% winning that game. 100% winning. It was tough. Tough stuff, bro. Thanks, man. No problem, bro. No problem. Queen takes, knight f4. Yeah, this was tough. That ending. Is that you, R Vega? That's him. Yeah, he playing right here. Knight c4, knight d6. R Vega in this game is actually playing for the mechanics, and NK123 is playing for the pandas. So once again, guys, thank you so much. All 463 of you right here. We was up to 1,200 over here hanging out with us today at the Pro Chess League Summer Series recap over here at the GM Factory with a Jedi Train. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you hit the follow button so you can catch when we go live. Make sure the notifications are on so you know every time that we go live. Thank you so much. I should be streaming actually soon. I just got to do the new setup and everything else so you guys can come hang out with us. Hit the follow button, subscribe if you can. You can do it free with Twitch Prime, YouTube, all that good stuff. It's all on here. Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Appreciate all of you guys. We want to see who's actually streaming right now. But before we get out of here, though, number one thing is, first off, you guys need to join this. You need to join and get in here. Get in here. We in here. What's wrong with them? Let's play live club matches. Play alongside your favorite teams. and you can actually be there to help get the points in the standings, which are right here. So you can play for any of the teams listed right here, any one of them. You can play for the fan clubs, and will be great to have you. This is all about you. We have 9 points for St. Louis Archbishops, Pandas with 9, Mechanics with 5, San Diego Surfers with 1. You guys need to play. Like, you need to play and help out as much as you possibly can. Okay, that'd be awesome. And now we go over to the prizes again. Best fans, that will be all of you. The best fans, or the best fans, $250 per group. So it's only 4. Will be $250 for that. But you have to play in the group, play with the club, analyze some of your games, be on the Twitter, use the hashtag Summer Series, and have fun and be out with that. So next week is San Fran versus St. Louis, and San Diego versus Shandu. Yep, that's right. So this is standings once again, and I'll see you guys on another one. Make sure you hit the follow button and everything good like that. So I'm actually going to raid someone, and then I'm gonna come back later. So you guys enjoy the raid here. So who would you guys like to go see tonight, actually, for the raid? Oh, you Compy, thank you so much. Chess Win, thank you. Who would you guys like to go see? You should totally raid Bob Ross. That was hilarious. Thanks for analysis, says Jim. Second pawn with me, Bob Ross. What is up with Bob Ross? People want to watch Bob Ross right now. Wow. Oh my goodness, Bob Ross. Rebroadcast. I'm actually just about to raid the chess channel because there's a rebroadcast over there, so we'll just raid them. You guys can go back over there and watch the 4-player chess from there. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure you hit the follow button and all that good stuff. And I'll see you later. Stick around for the raid. You guys have a good one.